What's going on, everybody? Today was quadruple witching, and if you don't know what that is, that's basically 4 days out the year that volume increases because options expire on the futures on different sectors of the market. So it's important that you recognize that there was probably an increase of volume, and usually these days are a little bit harder to trade. So that you need to be able to look at the market calendar and know exactly what's coming up week by week so that you can be prepared. Like next week is FOMC, and that's something you definitely need to prepare for. But the best way to prepare for it is to always have a list for bullish stocks and for bearish stocks. So we're going to look at the market breakdown week by week, and we're going to see which sectors and which areas have the best setups for trades. If we take a look at these sectors here, we can start off by looking at the SPY. So SPY basically did cross above this line again. We barely closed above it. And next week I want to see, it's probably going to start off slow because of the FOMC, but next week I want to see a big candle reclaim the 50 period moving average on the weekly chart. And that way we can know that the market is actually making swing highs and swing lows that are higher, right? The next thing we want to look at is what areas and what sectors have the most room to go for until the next support for bearish stocks. For example, the XLF has been one of the most bearish groups and sectors in the entire market. But as we can see here, we have some support coming up around this 30 area, right? And the XLF, that's the financial sector, right? And then we have materials also finishing off weak, but we have this 2022 trend line coming up, right? So we can possibly see a little bit of a down motion and then a reversal here, right? And we also have QQQ and technology and the XLK that finished off the strongest in the entire market. So look at this, the size of this candle compared to every other sector in the market, right? This candle lets you know that technology is the strongest right now. So this is an area where I would like to have bullish ideas so that I can have a list of bullish ideas, and maybe in something like materials or XLF, I would have bearish ideas, right? Also, the XLI has a lot of bearish ideas, right? We can see that the industrial sector is finished off with basically a lower low and a lower high on the weekly chart. So what does this mean? This means that we have space if we break below this 50 period moving average all up until this 2022 trend line, right? So this is another area in the industrial sector that we can possibly see more downside, right? So this is your Boeings, your Federal Express, your UPS, right? So it's important that you get to recognize all of these sectors and know what stocks are in them so that you know what stocks you're trading. And according to the stocks that are in these sectors, then you start to break down to see which ones have a lot of volume in the options chain so that you know which ones are more favorable for you to trade options with, right? So if we look at the health sector, we still have a little bit of room to go till this next support, right? So this is another area where we can look for bearish ideas. Notice that in all these bearish idea areas, with the exception of industrial, they are all under the 50 period moving average, which is this light blue moving average here, right? But when it comes to the technology, we're looking at technology having the biggest green candle, right? Finishing strong for the week. And also, it's above the 50 period moving average, right? So now that we've broken it down day by day, week by week, you want to go in each sector and see what stocks best fits your criteria for you to trade according to your account size and the volatility that you can handle, right? So we're going to start off by looking at technology, and I am also going to take a look at industrials and the health sector for bearish trades, right? And technology for bullish trades. Another area where we can find bullish trades is consumer staples, right? We saw not as big as a candle as technology, but we do have a green candle, whereas in other sectors, we finished off with red candles. And in consumer discretionary, we also finished off with a green candle, right? So that's possibly an indication that we're starting to get some buying here, right? So you can see that right now the market is actually a little bit of mix and matching. We don't have green across the board and we don't have red across the board, which means that you have to be more sector and stock specific. That's going to place you with the best chances of having a profitable trade, right? Because when we look at technology and then we break it down instead of week, we can look at the day by day. You're going to quickly notice that there's more buying days than selling days, right? Which is why you need to know the bigger picture. If you are day trading and a stock is bullish day by day, week by week, and then when you look at the daily chart, you see more green days than red days, that automatically lets you know that if you're day trading, even for 5 minutes, there's a bigger chance that the candle and the trade should be in the same direction of the trend. Because if every week is green and every day is green, then that means that the probability of your day trade going in the same direction is very high. Okay, so we're gonna start looking at the daily chart here. So something to notice in this daily chart here, this is sectors by the day, right? We just went over the weekly charts. Now we're looking at the daily charts. Look at XLK. From down here to up here, you see green, one red candle, right? Green, 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 green. That tells you that even if you're day trading this for 5 minutes, you should be taking a trade in the same direction as all this buying. When you buy in the wrong direction, you're basically the only one shorting a run like that, which means that you're going to get ran over and you're going to lose your money, right? You're the only person trying to call a top and a bottom when you have all this buying. There's millions and millions of dollars being allocated to a run like this, but yet some people want to take this run and place puts while all this buying is going on. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't like to lose money. So that's not something that I would do. But if we look at these sectors day by day, we can start seeing, for example, XLV in the health sector, we're getting higher swing lows, right? So this could possibly be the next higher swing low. So in order for me to get bearish on any health sector ideas, whether that's CVS, whether that's Moderna, I would want to see the entire sector get at least another break down to another red day, basically, and get below this trading range that's going on right now. But it's important to recognize, I understand today was quadruple witching and we had high volume today, but this has had high volume for more than just one day. It has had high volume for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, right? So that tells you that something is changing in the health sector. And it's important to note that most of these sectors are at or meeting the 2022 downtrend line. So that means that this bearish little run that we had could have very well been a retest of the breakout of the entire 2022 year. Okay? So don't get confused in the direction that you're trading. Become a professional, learn structure, learn how to find the stocks, learn your entries and exits, and learn how to make profits. This is what you're trading for. You're not trading for emotion or to get a rush. If you want to get a rush and emotion, then you're treating this like a casino. And though you can do that, just know that most people who don't go to the casino lose their money. And if you're trading stocks, I would assume it's because you want to take it seriously and you want to set yourself financially free. So in order to do that, you need to start doing things and doing your preparation work as if this is a real business, because it is. So I make videos to try to help you understand the steps that you need to be taking as a trader, as opposed to going on call out services and waiting for somebody to tell you to trade something when they are probably not even doing half of the work that needs to be done in order for you to be profitable. And these are just some of the steps that you need to take in order for you to get to the other side where the grass is greener. All right. So I'm going to come and probably make another video with more stocks that are bullish and more specific names. And stay tuned, subscribe, like this video and wait until I produce the video that has the bullish specific stocks. Thanks for watching and enjoy your weekend.